If you're celebrating Christmas this year, Rapsittie Street Kids is gonna make you wish that you weren't. You might have heard of Rapsittie Street Kids Believe in Santa before, and that's because it's one of the most infamous movies on the entire internet.
Christmas!
A lot of people have talked about the animation in this film. Very few have ventured to go below surface level and truly analyze the beloved characters of Rapsittie Street Kids. Today we're gonna be challenging everything that you thought that you knew about Rapsittie Street Kids because this movie is so much worse than you thought that you might not even realize who the main character actually is. And to be honest with you, I don't think Colin Slater does either. This is the third time I've watched this movie today, and I hate it more and more every time. It starts off with a bang. We got some great music, we've got some... It's just the sky, so it's hard to mess up in terms of the animation. In association with North Pole Productions, LLC. I don't know if that's real or if that's a joke. There's a lot of good jokes in this film, and that is not one of them. I like how the world just kind of tilts. The music is a little eerie, the font is disgusting, and the title card is worse than any Christmas card that my grandparents have ever given me. And my grandparents give me great Christmas cards, by the way, just for the record.
It was the week before Christmas that I'm talking. I spent the day shopping with my grandma walking.
This is Ricky's opening rap. It could not be more fitting for the film because it encaptures everything the film is.
Because all the toy stores are looking mighty packed.
Toy stores are not looking packed. They didn't add any extra people in the animation, so it's just Ricky walking around. I'm not going to get into the Ricky schizophrenia theories because I feel like every poorly constructed franchise has schizophrenia theories, but maybe like for part 2.
Electronic toys, video games, balls and bats.
Honestly, Ricky's opening rap is a bop. I love it. I sing it all the time.
But if you kindly find the time, deliver gifts 7, 8, and 9 from my list.
We never find out what gifts 7, 8, and 9 are.
I'm not selfish, I'm just driven.
This is when Ricky really starts to go off key.
I've been a good boy through the year, you better know it.
So this is a really important line in the film because it tells us all of Ricky's kind of character and all of his motivations.
Though it's cold outside, it's warm in my soul. Gotta get a gift to give to beautiful Nicole.
It's warm inside his soul. Ricky is the only warm character in this film. I take that back. There's one other warm character in this film, and we'll get to her. Ricky is really like a standout by being like a nice warm kid because he lives in a cold world, which is represented by the snow. I'm not even going to talk about why he's wearing short sleeves in the snow. All the characters do this. They all just walk around wearing short sleeves in the snow. But what's really important here is he's getting a gift for beautiful Nicole.
It's a beautiful Nicole.
I just want to say I really like this part where he spins around. Then we're graced with the most horrifying selection of toys that I've ever seen in my life. And I think they forgot to color the gifts. They're all just white. So Ricky wants to buy a toy for beautiful Nicole, but unfortunately he's poor and all he has is 3 coins.
1, 2, 3 is all I see. 1, 2, 3, and no more.
Something important to note in this film is that whenever a character is sad, they walk with their head just down like that. That's how you tell they're sad because sometimes it's really not clear from the facial expressions.
Mama, I miss you big.
So this is where things really get interesting. Ricky goes home and we find out his mother is dead and that before his mother died, she gave him a special bear.
Mama, you gave me this bear 'cause of love. So I'll give this bear 'cause of love.
And Ricky has decided to give this bear to Nicole because of love. And this fisheye effect never comes back, but I think it was a nice touch. Rapsittie Street Elementary is truly the magical heart of Rapsittie Street Kids Believe in Santa.
Another day, another D at Rapsittie Street Elementary.
This is where we get to see all of our characters just hanging out together and having a good time and bullying each other. Mostly bullying each other. Everyone is a bully in this film, no one is safe. Rapsittie Street Elementary is striving for excellence, where excellence is spelled wrong. I also think Rap City is supposed to be a pun on Rap City, and that Ricky, I thought his name was Ricky, but it's actually Rick E. The voice actors are kind of unnotable. It's just a bunch of no-names like Mark Richard Hamill, and who of course we should have known would be a flop from the start since he's in Star Wars. So it's really no wonder the movie was a flop with voice actors like Nancy Jean Cartwright. I'm not going to talk about the rest of the actors because you probably haven't heard of any of them. Nothing is really what it seems in this film. The main character seems like it's Ricky right now, right? I thought that the first 5 times I watched this film until I started really picking it down act by act.
Then Mommy schedules me for my own hair lady. Smiffy!
Hey, Nicole, duck! I mean dinosaur!
This is Smiffy. He is my favorite character. He's wonderful. We never see his mouth. It's always hidden by the scarf throughout the entire film. But we do see his shining personality.
I guess the pressure to bug you is just too much for me to resist.
So is Smiffy the bully of this film?
Whoa, the pressure's really getting to Smiffy.
Keeping track of who is bullying who. Blue hair boy is bullying Smiffy.
Ricky's gonna decorate the tree.
Let's just see what Rick E Rhymemaster can do.
Okay, this is the second song of the film. Calling it a song is a little bit of a stretch because it lasts about 3 bars and there's no melody and the beat is kind of the same as the general instrumental that happens throughout the whole film, but it does rhyme, so I'm calling it a song.
I'm a decorating master, no one is faster. Don't you know I'm a Christmas tree blaster?
The bullies give him a compliment, but it's a backhanded compliment and honestly a little too clever for what I would expect of this film.
Wow, Ricky, that's not bad. For you.
You're still not one of us, shrimp.
So Ricky decorates the tree and then he trips on his shoelace and destroys his decorations.
Hey, Ricky, good job! Looks like you made a smash hit already!
Then we see that Smiffy and Ricky are friends, and this is confirmed because they explicitly say it.
No matter what Todd says, he can't bother me. Not when I have friends like you.
Thanks, Ricky!
It's a little confusing that they're friends because Smiffy is like, hey Ricky, can you do a rap about me?
Smiffy's small and round, he's closest to the ground, he's nobody's fool, the coolest kid in school.
So the rap is basically calling Smiffy short and fat, but this doesn't really get to Smiffy. It goes over his head, or maybe he doesn't care. It's just kind of like, haha.
Yeah, you're pretty cool, Ricky.
So then the teacher's like, settle down kids, and they go and sit down.
Now sit down, please.
One of the bullies has this really great zinger at Ricky where he says,
Don't you know how to sit? Or can you only fall down?
That's cool. Spin round and round, then find the ground. Pow!
So now it's time for recess, and Ricky decides to further dig himself into a hole of unpopularity by suggesting that they postpone recess for later.
Let's get ready for recess. Oh, recess?
That's what I used to say when I was a kid and it was time for recess. Oh, recess! He wants to open the presents because he wants to give Nicole her present, which is the bear. So he's still planning to give this bear that his deceased mother has gifted him to his class crush.
I said after recess because I need a recess. Okay.
And the teacher's basically like, get out, I can't listen to you anymore, Ricky.
That will be enough, Ricky. I'll save my rapping for the presents.
I'm ready to skate bigger and faster than my mom can make the biggest sandwich in the world.
That's one of my favorite lines of the film. Okay, so the recess scene is jam-packed full of action. The main event is that Smiffy gets chased down by the bullies, and one of the bullies grabs onto him and is being dragged along, and the bully's name is Tug, and so they make a joke about his name being Tug.
Look, a tug of war.
I don't know if his name was Tug before the film started and Colin Slater realized here that there was a pun to be made and just couldn't manage it, or if he named him Tug purposely because of this scene and then thought that would be funny and then just made him name Tug for the rest of the film. It could have gone either way.
Hey, Todd, I can feel a big tug. Get it? Big tug?
Yeah!
Whenever someone laughs, they go like this. And they just kind of like violently shake.
Watch me, everyone. Watch what I can do.
I'll watch you, Nicole.
Not you.
Rick. And I didn't think it could get any colder out here.
So Ricky gets absolutely roasted by his crush, and it's such a sad moment. Honestly, it made me feel for Ricky.
Come on, Lene. Let's pretend we're famous skaters.
This is Nicole's best friend, Lene, and she's very important in the film. But all of her storylines are completely boring, and I honestly will barely even cover them. Nicole is the more important one here.
Aren't you tired of tugging along?
Don't let go, Tug!
You better give up! Yeah.
So this is a recurring motif in the film when characters say, yeah, and
Yeah.
I think it kind of just represents their apathy and disillusionment with society.
Give me back my sandwich!
Also, Ricky has a subplot about sandwiches.
No!
Also, Ricky has the same sandwich the whole film, even though he eats it in this scene. They do a grab bag, which I think is just everyone brings a present, puts it in the bag, and then you just grab one out. Lene brings this little horse for the grab bag, and Nicole gets it. And Nicole hates it, and she like throws it on Lene's feet, and it's like, this is cheap, I hate this.
Now my gift's the best. It came from the mall.
I don't know why she thinks that they don't sell toy horses at the mall, because I'm sure they do. Nicole's entire character is based on things being from the mall. That's her entire character. It's like, is it from the mall? Well, I like it. Is it not from the mall? I don't like it.
Miss Parrington, get him away from me!
Get him away from me.
That means he likes you.
Yeah, Mrs. Parmington.
So then the principal comes in, and this is the only time we ever see the principal in the film.
How are you and our little angels doing?
Our little angels are doing just fine.
I hope you have a really, really happy holiday.
Why, thank you, Lene.
So then the kids leave for the day, and the teacher tells them, clean up before you go, guys. And then, of course, they don't. And then the teacher decides to say,
Yeah.
Okay, so now we're getting into the meat of this film. We're just about to get into Act 2 right now. We're about to get into our first dramatic moment, our big inciting incident. Ricky is having a seizure, and you're finally realizing, oh my gosh, this is why people are bullying him, because he like has this condition and it's really sad. But then it turns out he's not having a seizure, he's just supposed to be dancing.
He probably has music playing in his head the way he's rocking back and forth.
So this is where the film starts to get a little messy.
Does Santa shop at the mall? No. So that makes me perfect, since all of my presents come from the mall.
I love this sound effect that they have when Ricky turns around.
From the mall.
You're perfectly weird, Nicole.
So Ricky gives Nicole the bear, and of course, Nicole doesn't like it because it's not from the mall.
It's from the heart. Merry Christmas, Nicole.
Have you lost your mind? I can't even exchange this nasty old thing.
So, of course, since she hates the gift, she decides to take the gift with her and walk away because she couldn't just like give it back to him or just say no.
I give you a real gift, and you don't get it.
Now, of course, the reason that Nicole takes the gift is to maliciously throw it into the dumpster so that Ricky can never see it again.
Hey, brat, who do you think you are, treating people the way you do?
Smiffy calls Nicole out on her toxic behavior, and honestly, I'm such a fan. That's when the animation style of this film completely changes for about 10 seconds. I like to think that this was a relic of what the film was supposed to look like. Just enjoy this break of your eyes.
Oh, this is so great.
So Lene hangs out with her friend Nicole, and they talk more about what stores they shop at. You'll never guess where Nicole shops, but you really won't guess where Lene shops.
We go to this really big store, and it starts with a W. Whatever.
Then they bully Ricky for having a candle,
Ricky, who gave you that candle?
which I think is a little strange because most people have candles.
That is a really mean thing to say. Why?
But I guess it's just the fact that like he's so poor, his house can only be lit by a candle.
Do you see anything else?
Oh, see, for the kids nowadays.
And that's when we meet the grandma. So the grandma's audio files got corrupted when this film was made, and so she just kind of sounds like this. And it only gets worse.
Oh, my baby must be sending letters.
I'll be back in a hurry, great-grandma.
Always in a hurry.
This is about as intelligible as the grandma ever is. So Ricky's letter to Santa Claus at the North Pole does not make it to the North Pole. Instead, it lands in Nicole's lawn. Nicole bullies Lene a little bit more and then goes inside. She doesn't see the letter yet, but wait until you see what she does when she sees that letter. It's quite a twist of the film.
You still believe in Santa Claus? That's so last year.
It's honestly really unclear why Lene is friends with Nicole because Nicole is such a toxic girl.
You know I'm the bestest kid in the world, Mommy.
Seems like they have a healthy family dynamic, I guess.
I know you are.
But it goes a little bit awry when we find out that Nicole has narcissistic personality disorder.
Look at me, look and you'll see the best kid in the world.
This is the longest song in the film. It goes on and on and on, and the lyrics are just
the best kid in the world.
So there's no action during this song. It's just Nicole in the room. But I think it works because I never get tired of Nicole's dance moves. They're so realistic that I'm like, wow, did they use rotoscoping for this film? Because they should have, because this is not what humans do. Then we get to see Lene, and Lene is sad because Nicole said Santa's not real, and Lene's whole plot is, wait, Santa isn't real? And she just kind of mopes around about this.
Come on, it's Christmas. Cheer up.
I think the true reason she's sad is because Nicole is mean to her, so I think she should just get out of that friendship. So this is when the whole film really starts to kick off the ground, halfway into it, 22 minutes into the 42-minute film. And it's because Nicole finds the letter, and this letter is saying the truth about the bear, which is that he got it from his late mother.
Gave her my special bear that Mommy... Oh no, Ricky. What have I done?
And she's like, wait, that's actually really sad. I have to go get that bear back and give it back to him. This is really a call to action for Nicole, which is strange because I thought Nicole was supposed to be the villain, huh? You seeing where this is going now? Well, Colin Slater isn't, because the next thing he does is we get to see Ricky talking again and the grandma.
Isn't that what Santa does?
Talking is a little bit of an overstatement. The grandma is definitely not talking here. I don't know what it is.
It was from my heart.
Oh, see,
I think this part is supposed to be really important to the film's plot, and maybe that's part of the reason that I'm so confused.
She doesn't get it.
Yeah, I don't get it either, Ricky.
Christmas. Oh.
How?
How? Dramatic tension is really going to start to go through the roof because
Hey, Nicole!
Nicole the princess is becoming Nicole the princess of the trash.
Your hair is gonna be a mess.
And she has to go through the dumpster, and she has to become friends with Smiffy and Lene, and they have to dig through the trash and look for the bear.
And now Smiffy smells worse than before.
Smelly Smiffy and princess of the trash, Nicole.
Turns out the trash guy already came and took out the trash. But he might have taken it to the basement, so they decided to go to the basement.
I've seen the cleaning man take trash down in the basement before.
There's a lot of zingers here from Smiffy. He's honestly killing it in this scene.
Gee, do I have to come up with all the answers or what?
Smiffy!
I love creeping out creepy girls.
And I love what they did with the darkness in the basement. It's very spooky, just the swoop of black across the ceiling.
Spider!
No! Oh, not funny, Smiffy.
These shots of them looking into the boxes are also very formidable. Nothing more encapsulates the energy I get from this film than this shot of Lene looking into a circular box. Then they finally decide we should probably go to the junkyard because that's where the dumpster takes the trash.
How about the junkyard? Oh no.
Now things are really coming to a head because you know it's gotta be at the dump. There's nowhere else it's gonna be. What, it just made its way back to Ricky's house? No, it's at the dump.
Not to mention have my nails done.
Your nails? I will never understand girls. Being a boy is definitely better.
Nicole, Lene, and Smiffy are not in the dump for 5 seconds before they are attacked by...
Guard dogs! Run!
You guessed it, guard dogs, as all dumps have. Then we see some of the most commendable running that I have ever seen. I thought the animations of the people in this film were bad, and I saw these dogs, and my life flashed before my eyes. So they hide on top of the cars from the dogs, and they decide to make snow angels and kick the dogs. But don't worry, Smiffy has a plan. You're probably thinking right now, what, have a picnic?
I have a great idea.
What? Have a picnic?
No, you weren't thinking that, but Nicole was.
There it is!
And then we have another scene where they have to climb over a wall. And this doesn't make sense because they didn't climb over a wall to get in, so I don't know why they have to climb over a wall to get out.
A lady does not climb trees.
Now is not the time to be a girl.
Also, once they climb over the wall, the guard dogs are still there. How did they go over the wall? It doesn't matter because the guard dogs stop chasing them once they get too far away. They just stop. Okay guys, we finally made it to Act 3. We're at the climax of the film. Now we're on to our final confrontation of the film, which is the villain and the hero. It's really unclear who the villain is and who the hero is because I thought Nicole was supposed to be the villain, but now she's here, the hero, bringing the bear back. The real villain in the story was maybe people who didn't believe in Santa. I think maybe the hero was just Santa, so maybe Ricky is the real villain.
I'm so sorry.
She started out as this materialistic girl who only cares about stuff from the mall, but now she's all like, oh my gosh, Ricky, like, I have your bear, I'm gonna be there for you and like be your friend. Or maybe they'll be in love because Ricky had a crush on Nicole.
This was a gift for you.
Well, I thought Ricky had a crush on Nicole, but in this scene, his response is basically, no, keep the bear, but also, let's just be friends.
Doesn't it mean a lot to you?
Yes. And so does friendship.
There's a really boring scene with Lene's family that I'm literally just gonna skip, but it ends with Lene walking up the stairs because she's sad about Santa is not real. I think she's afraid that there's gonna be no presents because if there's no Santa, who's gonna bring the presents?
Hi, sweetheart.
Her dad comes and he's like, it's okay, like Santa is real. And then he's like, look out there, there's Santa, and Santa's not there. But they see him in the clouds.
He's there because I believe in him.
And that represents that Santa's in your heart.
It's what's in your heart that matters most.
They have a really long song about believing in Santa, and it's really boring.
And if we all believed in Santa.
Objectively, it's worse than Nicole's Best Kid in the World song because there's no dancing. They just kind of like...
because we all believe in Santa.
And it's just kind of underwhelming. Okay, so this is Christmas Eve. The next day is gonna be Christmas. We're almost through this, guys. Finally, Christmas morning comes. It will be a Christmas miracle when I finish this movie, I'll tell you that. So the film basically ends with revisiting our three characters' houses. And wait till you see what happens at the last house. Except for Smiffy, we never get to see his house. First we get Nicole's house. The main takeaway here is that the dad is such an underrated character. He has some great zingers.
I bought you a new suit.
No surprises there. That's how I get most of my suits.
Nicole got the gift for Christmas that Ricky wanted.
This is what Ricky asked Santa for.
So then Nicole just kind of leaves in the middle of Christmas morning. She just walks out. She's like, bye guys. And her dad's like, cool, I have the best daughter ever.
I've got the most beautiful wife and daughter. And of course, they have the most handsome husband and father.
The mom's wink is notable, to say the least. Now Nicole's gonna go to Ricky's house and give him the present, and Ricky is obviously ecstatic about this. He's got this wonderful smile that is really showing at my sleep paralysis Stevens.
Open it.
Oh, also, she opened the present in the house, and then by the time she gets to Ricky, it's wrapped again. So she's like she never opened it. Which is kind of like this movie. By the time you're done with watching this movie, you'll feel like you didn't watch anything.
I thought you didn't believe in Santa.
Of course I do.
I never really figured out what is Nicole's real belief about Santa. All these Christmas movies have this superposition of Santa is both real and not real.
Come over later and we'll go to Lene's house.
Lene's sister gets a pony, which was her great Christmas wish. I don't know if this is a real pony or a toy, because on one hand, it's not moving. But on the other hand, neither are her grandparents.
Hey, I'm so happy to see you guys.
Oh, and then Smiffy just came. I don't know who invited Smiffy. I'm not complaining because, you know, I stand Smiffy, so.
And what I said about Santa, well, it's okay, Nicole.
Lene forgives Nicole for the hurtful words about Santa, which I think were really just hurtful words in general, whether or not Santa is real. So I think this is really less about Santa and more about Nicole just being mean. I guess Santa's just a plot device.
I understand. Me too.
I don't understand.
We can always work things through. My friends, believe me when I say it's true.
And then Ricky has a nice closing rap, just to wrap things up.
Belief in Santa is where we start, but what matters is what's in our heart.
So that's the moral of this film, is what matters is in your heart.
If you want to know what you can trust, it's that Santa believes in us.
Nicole's got a new sweater in this, which I think is cute.
I never stopped believing in Santa, and you don't have to stop either.
The grandma's the universal voice of truth in this film, so I trust everything she says. So in that case, they should believe in Santa.
I won't. That makes two of us.
Great grandma, you always know just what to say.
Christmas.
They really should have just ended it there. That was the perfect ending. It could not get better. But Smiffy feels like he has to chime in, so we get a classic Smiffy line.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
And honestly, the film could have ended there too. That would have been good. But instead we have to get the classic, like, oh wait, maybe Santa is real.
Hey! What's that? Wow!
Just like the shadow of reindeers. And then they say the title of the film, in case you didn't remember what it was.
Believe in Santa.
And that could have been the ending too. That would have been good. I would have been happy.
Yeah!
But no, they keep going.
That's right, that's right. I believe in Santa.
Okay, great, that can be the ending. Nothing else needs to be said.
I am so proud of you, Princess.
And a Merry Christmas to all.
Now Ricky said Merry Christmas. Can we please end it?
Shut that door.
Nope. Shut the door. Shut the door, guys. Now it's a... Thank you. Thank you. That needed to be shut. Our end credit scene is present. It's here. There is an end credit scene. There's nothing to be said about it. Colin Slater himself. Thomas Edison edited this film. Nope. Dave Edison. Thomas Edison was dead. If animation did exist when Thomas Edison was alive, this is what it would have looked like. It's worth noting this film had a chief science officer on board, Mark Goodell. Egg. I'm not sure what science was required for this film. The science of human anatomy was certainly not employed. I tried to go to their website to download the soundtrack CD, but unfortunately that now redirects to a website on thyroid disease. Also unfortunately, or rather fortunately, there was no sequel to this film. This film cured my brain cancer. Watching this cinematic piece of art cured my stage 99 brain tumor. These characters were so complex, so much so that I was practically glued to my screen because of the amazing art. The animation is also stunning. For example, when I saw the graphics, I almost thought I was watching real life footage. I am not watching watching this. This is extremely ugly and terrible. It looks horrible. I could make better art, you know. I want to, and also this is so ugly and it sounded cliche. Absolute masterpiece, 10 out of 10. Looks like it was made for $350 million, and you can see it on screen. I thought I knew art. I thought I understood what being creative meant. I will never watch another movie. You thought 1984 captured the struggles of the human psyche. You thought it grappled with the emotional distraught of love and existentialism. You thought wrong. Forget Citizen Kane. I now only know Rapsittie Street Kids. I personally thought it was great. I thought the plot and pretty much the whole movie was terrible, although it had some pretty Fetty Wap style lyrics, so that's pretty redeemable. 10 out of 10, I unironically enjoyed this movie. Okay, I'm a little concerned. The soundtrack in this movie is incredible. The animation isn't very great, but it was made for TV in 2002. I don't think it's bad. Much better movie if you watch it with another person. Please don't watch this alone. Like this video for a sequel to Rapsittie Kids, and subscribe if you want Mark Hamill to star in the live-action remake. Thanks for watching.
Go on now, this little cartoon movie's over.